3 design tools. One has 170 million users, and designers refuse to call it a real design tool. One was almost bought by Adobe for $20 billion, and the fact that the founders said yes tells you everything about their priorities. And one dominated interface design for 5 years, lost to a browser-based competitor, and is now slowly becoming irrelevant. Canva, Figma, Sketch. 3 tools that serve completely different people, but keep getting compared as if they're the same thing. They're not. Sounds like something worth investigating, right? I went through the design communities, the pricing breakdowns, and the acquisition histories for all 3, and that's when I started getting suspicious. Let's break it down. Quick context: Canva was founded in 2012 in Sydney, Australia. Drag and drop design for non-designers. Templates for everything. 170 million users. Valued at $40 billion in 2021, dropped to $26 billion by 2024. Acquired Affinity in March 2024. Figma was also founded in 2012 in San Francisco. Real-time collaborative interface design, browser-based, industry standard for UI and UX design. 4 million users. Adobe tried to buy it for $20 billion in September 2022. Regulators blocked the deal in December 2023. Sketch was founded in 2010 in the Netherlands. Mac native interface design tool. Dominated UI design from 2014 to 2019. Lost the market to Figma, currently attempting a comeback with web features. 3 design tools, one for non-designers, one for product designers, one that's running out of time. Let's start with Canva. Canva is the tool that professional designers love to hate, and that's exactly why it works. It wasn't built for designers. It was built for the small business owner who needs an Instagram post in 10 minutes, the teacher who needs a classroom poster, the startup founder who can't afford a design agency. Canva gave 170 million people the ability to create passable visual content without learning design software. The template library is massive. Over 500,000 templates covering everything from social media to presentations to business cards to video thumbnails. Pick one, swap the text, change the colors, export, done. For non-designers, that workflow is genuinely valuable. Professional agencies charge thousands for deliverables that Canva produces in minutes. The quality gap exists, but for most small business applications, the gap doesn't matter enough to justify the cost difference. The free plan is generous. Most features available without paying. Premium assets, brand kits, and advanced features sit behind the pro subscription. But the upselling is aggressive. Constant prompts to upgrade. Premium elements mixed into free templates, so you discover the paywall mid-project. Free trial conversions that auto-renew without clear warning. Billing complaints are common, and the Affinity acquisition in March 2024 expanded Canva's reach into professional design territory. Whether that's good for Affinity users is a question we've covered elsewhere in this series. The short answer is probably not long-term. Canva's limitation is ceiling. It does simple things quickly. It does complex things poorly or not at all. For anyone whose needs grow beyond templates, Canva becomes a constraint rather than a tool. Now Figma. Figma changed interface design the way Google Docs changed word processing. Real-time collaboration. Multiple designers in the same file simultaneously. Instant feedback. No saving, no syncing, no version control headaches. Just open the browser and work. That browser-based approach was the strategic decision that killed Sketch. While Sketch required a Mac, Figma ran everywhere. Windows, Mac, Linux, Chromebook. Any machine with a browser. Design teams with mixed hardware could finally collaborate without friction. The result was total market dominance. By 2023, Figma was the default tool for UI and UX design at virtually every tech company. Product designers, design systems, prototyping, developer handoff, the entire interface design workflow consolidated into one platform, but the Adobe acquisition attempt deserves scrutiny. In September 2022, Adobe offered $20 billion for Figma, and Figma's founders said yes. They agreed to sell to the company whose subscription model and business practices the entire design community had been escaping for years. Regulators blocked the deal in December 2023. Figma remained independent, but the willingness to sell was revealing. The company that positioned itself as the alternative to Adobe's monopoly was ready to become part of that monopoly for the right price. Users noticed. Trust was damaged. Some designers began exploring Penpot, an open-source alternative, specifically because Figma demonstrated it would sell if the offer came back. The product itself remains excellent, free for individual use, paid plans for teams, plugins mostly free. Performance degrades with very large files, but for typical design projects, it's smooth. For interface design specifically, nothing else comes close. That's not opinion, that's market reality. Now, Sketch. Sketch is a cautionary tale about what happens when you don't adapt fast enough. From 2014 to 2019, Sketch was the industry standard for interface design. Every UI designer used it. Every design tutorial taught it. The plugin ecosystem was thriving. Then Figma arrived with real-time collaboration and browser-based access. Two features Sketch didn't have and couldn't replicate quickly because Sketch was a native Mac application. By the time Sketch launched web features in 2023, the market had already moved. Market share collapsed. Estimated at over 2 million users at peak, down to around 1 million by 2023. Design teams that standardized on Sketch between 2014 and 2019 have largely migrated to Figma. Perpetual licenses were killed in 2017. Users who paid $99 one time were moved to $99 per year subscriptions. The familiar pattern. The Mac native application does offer genuine advantages. Faster performance than Figma's browser, better offline functionality, smoother handling of complex files. For individual Mac users who prioritize speed and offline capability, Sketch still delivers. But those advantages don't outweigh Figma's collaboration and cross-platform access for teams. Individual performance benefits matter less when your entire team needs to work together in real time. Sketch is blockbuster in the Netflix era. The product still works, it just doesn't matter anymore. Lovely. Right, so here's where I land. These three tools serve entirely different users. Comparing them directly is misleading, but understanding where each one fits is useful. Canva is for non-designers who need quick, template-based visual content. Social media posts, presentations, marketing materials. If design isn't your job and you need something that looks decent in 10 minutes, Canva delivers. Just watch the upselling. Figma is for product designers and design teams building interfaces. It's the industry standard. The collaboration is unmatched. The browser-based access eliminates platform barriers. If you're pursuing a career in UI or UX design, Figma is the tool you need to know. Sketch is for Mac power users who already have Sketch files and workflows. If you're starting fresh today, learn Figma instead. Sketch's window for relevance is closing and the competition isn't waiting. If you learned something new today, subscribe. Every choice is a trade-off. At least now you know what you're trading.